welcome to a new reading vlog. I thought I would update you on what books I have started. It is Wednesday, March 17th. Happy St. Patrick's Day. I completely forgot about that. But I have finally started the third Lord of the Rings. I am about 2 hours into the audiobook. I am very excited to finish this series. I also I did this as a book club, and if you watched my goals video, one of my goals was to not do book clubs. And while I love all the people in this book club, I love talking Lord of the Rings with them, making it into a book club makes it feel like a little bit of a chore for me. So I've kind of struggled reading these because they are harder material just because the books are older and that comes out in the writing. So it's been a little hard to read them, but once I'm into the story, it's fine. I want to read, I want to see how it goes, but it's the starting it that's hard. So I'm trying to get into that. And then I also started Serpent and Dove by Shelby Mahurin, and I am 66 pages in. I am really liking it so far. Not much has happened, but I can see where we're going and it's going to be fun. I am so excited for the arranged marriage part of it. I hope that happens towards the beginning. I can kind of see where I think it's gonna happen. I can see how he's gonna get put into an arranged marriage. I don't know how she's gonna come into it, but I am very excited. I didn't get to read any yesterday. I've been trying to read 50 pages a day, but yesterday I just counted my Lord of the Rings listening for that. I didn't get to read any of Serpent and Dove yesterday because I did homework all day, and then by the time it was nighttime, I was just too tired and I watched TV and went to bed. But I'm hoping to be peaceful today and get my homework done and not be super stressed out, and then be able to get some reading in because I really want to keep reading this book. I really want to get to the good parts. So that is my update for now. I will update you when I make some progress in one of those. Hello. That's great. I forgot to put batteries in my microphone again. Oh well. Hello, an update from Saturday. I finished Serpent and Dove last night and I loved this book so much. It is the perfect fantasy and romance mix that you could ever ask for, basically. I loved it so much. The lore of the witches, first off, is so cool. The white witches versus the red, and how the red use their blood for spells, and the white witches use sort of patterns and stuff to cast spells. So cool. Can't wait to meet more of the red witches. So far the white ones are mean, but I loved all the twists, and with Morgan, she is quite the worthy villain, and I loved seeing that twist sort of develop throughout the story. I called that from the very beginning, but it's still it added so much to the story. And then the twist with Reed's parent, man, that was such a good one. I loved it. I didn't call it very early, in the scene where right before Lou realizes, I was like, wait a second. It was so good. I am so excited to read the next one because the biggest twist, in my opinion, with Reed at the end, man, this is gonna be so good. We start with Witch Hunter and Witch, and we have a marriage of convenience, and to lead all the way into a story like this, oh, it's so good. And their romance, I didn't think that I would grow to care for them so much, but I love Reed and Lou so much. I love them, and the emotional complexity of them being at war with each other because of who they are, but also loving each other because of who they are. It was top tier, absolutely amazing. I loved it so much, which makes me no longer in any way regret the purchase of a hardcover signed first edition of Blood and Honey. I actually found this at Half Price Books for only $10, and I was like, is it silly to buy this book that I haven't even read the first one? No, past spirit, it was not silly. This is now one of my favorite things that I have, It's got Shelby's signature on the inside there. It's fancy. It's a first edition. I think I will be pre-ordering the third one. The third one comes out in August. It's called Gods and Monsters. I'm so excited. I'm going to start this today. I listened to and read Serpent and Dove, and I'm kind of sad I don't have the audiobook for this one because it helped with all of the French in the book. I don't speak French. I have not a single bit of understanding on how to pronounce some of the French words, so I don't have that anymore. But I need to pick this up now, and I'm not waiting for the audiobook to come in on the library app. So I'm so excited. I'm so excited. And I read her little, her like synopsis, like tease for the third one, and it sounds so good too. Like she said something about like a truth or dare game, like some spicy scenes. Girl, I am here. And I will say, you definitely, if you like Sarah J Maas, you will like these books. If you like The Cruel Prince, which I have read but don't remember literally one single detail about it, you will like these books. And I feel like I'm probably like the last person on this train for these books, but oh my god, I love them. I loved Serpent and Dove like so much, so I'm very excited for Blood and Honey. I'm excited for Coco to get more of a role since we are going to, you know, her tribe's house, her coven, not tribe, and this is just gonna be so good. I know it. Let's see. I haven't even like read the inside, like what we're doing here in this one. I'm assuming we're just gonna continue plotting how to destroy Morgan. So you know, exploring his journey of where we left him off. I don't want to like say a spoiler because if you haven't read Serpent and Dove, it's a big spoiler, and so I'm not going to read the inside of this one to you because it spoils a big thing. And I really think that you need to experience that scene at the end of Serpent and Dove without knowing what's going on. So I'm so excited, and I also am trying to finish Lord of the Rings. I am a little farther than this actually because I think I've listened to a bit of it today. I genuinely don't remember, but I'm hoping to finish this. I realized the audiobook is longer than it needs to be for what I'm going to be reading. I'm not going to read all the appendix stuff. That's like 150 pages of content that I am just not in the space to read right now. It's feeling a little bit like a chore to be reading Lord of the Rings right now just because I'm in a book club for it. Not that I don't love all the ladies in the book club and discussing the book, it just, that's what book clubs do to my head. But I'm hoping to finish that soon. And then I have a long list of romance books saved up, queued up on my library app, just waiting to be listened to. So that is my update. Please read this. Just read it. Please. It's so good. I'm just living in this fantasy high right now, reading all these fantasy books, so go read this, please. That's my update. I will see you next time. Hello, a reading update from the 24th. It is Wednesday. Last night I finally finished Lord of the Rings: The Return of the King. I am very happy that I did finally read this trilogy, and I really liked this one. It has such a bittersweet ending, but I really like the ending, especially I think seeing so much of it from Samwise's perspective. And I love all the scenes like with destroying the ring. I think those, like, that sequence is just the absolute best. So I really enjoyed it. I gave it a 5 stars. I will say I don't think it was the right decision for me to listen to these books back to back. I think these are pretty heavy, like in having to understand the writing and having to understand all the characters, and I think I probably only understood like 75% of the content. I still don't know who some characters are or like understand the mythology, and I didn't read all the appendix stuff in the back because I just don't have I don't have the intellectual capacity right now. So, but I did enjoy the books. I am very excited to listen to something that isn't Lord of the Rings, because the first 3 months of this year have been literally only Lord of the Rings. So like I am ready for a change. Speaking of, I have already picked out, I'm reading A Sweet Mess by J.C. Lee. I'm actually already 68% in. It's not that long of an audiobook. This came in as a hold. I saw it on a Asian American author romance list, and I am really loving it. I'm really loving it. So until about 65%, it was a solid read, probably a 4 stars, just because it's not a very steamy read, and I kind of like it to be on the steamier side. But depending on how this chapter ends, the use of my favorite trope might knock it up to a 5-star read. I'll get back to you on that. I don't want to spoil it, but if it is the case, I will do a spoiler warning and let you know what it is, because some people hate this trope, but me, I love it. So I'm really enjoying myself. If it was any other night, I'd probably stay up and finish this tonight, but I really have a headache and I have to be up kind of early in the morning just to get some studying and homework done and all this way too much stuff. And it's already 11, so I probably will not finish the last 3 hours tonight, but I'm gonna finish this chapter because I want to know. I need answers. I'm really enjoying it. And then an update for Blood and Honey. There's not much of an update. I'm on page 54. Not much has happened yet. They're coming up with a plan, and by that I mean they don't have a plan, but they're working on it. I love Lou and Reed so much still. Don't worry about it. I am hoping to get more of this read very soon. I just haven't had a lot of time to read. 1, because I was finishing Lord of the Rings, and 2, like, this is a really heavy week for homework. I have an essay I need to finish in one class, a huge part 1 of a paper in another class. I've got to do volunteer hours. I've got, like, just lots of stuff going on at once. So I don't know if I'll be able to finish this in this reading vlog, but I'm going to try. I do want to keep reading. I'm very excited to see where the story goes. But that is my update. I will update you tomorrow when I finish A Sweet Mess. I hope this is in focus. Hello, an update from Saturday. I honestly don't know the date. I have not gotten to read any of Blood and Honey recently. I was wanting to last night. I was just too tired. I fell asleep at like not even 10:30, so I'm hoping to get some reading of this done today or tomorrow. I don't know though, because I have a lot of homework to do. So we'll see. But I did finish A Sweet Mess by J.C. Lee. Is that the name of the author? I can't remember. But I did really enjoy it. I gave it like a 4.5 out of 5 stars, 4.75 maybe. I loved the book. I loved the characters and their development, and I loved the twist at the end. And I'm going to put a little spoiler card if you don't want a spoiler, but there is a surprise pregnancy trope in the book, and I absolutely adored it. That is one of my favorite tropes, so I have a lot of fun with that. Okay, spoiler part over. But I do wish that there hadn't been a time jump. It wasn't a very long time jump, mind you, but it was still a time jump, and for some reason those just bother me in this context. I felt like I would have liked to see a little bit more of that time develop. It was literally like a 2-month time jump, but I do wish we'd gotten to see just a little bit more, and I do wish the ending had been a little bit longer, because there was a lot of emotions for them both to work through, and they both, like, there wasn't a lot of opportunity for them to do that in the, like, sort of short wrapped up ending. But I did like the fact that the mother was brought into the story at the end. I really liked that for her. Like, it was just so good to see her get to live her life finally, free of her husband. And I loved that our 2 main characters came together in the end in a very sweet way, and I really loved it. I started The Princess Trap by Talia Hibbert. Next on audio, I am on chapter like 3, 4. So I don't have any thoughts yet, other than I don't like the narrator, like, at all, but I really want to read this book because I know I'll probably like it. I like the other 2 Talia Hibbert books I've read, so I want to give it a try. We'll see how that narrator might affect my enjoyment. I hope it doesn't, but, like, this guy's accent is so annoying because it sounds like he's doing a fake accent, and it's not great. But that is my reading update. I think I'm gonna go ahead and close out this reading vlog, and I will see you guys next time. I hope you enjoyed. I upload every Sunday. I have quite a few fun ideas that I'm hoping to film in the next week or so for the coming weeks, and I hope that you come back and check them out. Like, share, subscribe, all that fun stuff, and I will talk to you guys next time.